Hey there, it's Bo Pilgrim, Bo Knows Insurance, Read Insurance. Today I'm going to talk to you about 10 mistakes that people make when they buy home insurance. These 10 things are things that can cost you a lot of money and heartache, not only when you first buy the insurance, but also down the road. And that's a bad time to find out you made a mistake. Hey, we're going to cover these 10 different things that are going to help you make a more informed decision about your home insurance. Look, you have a right to know. You have a right to understand what you're buying and to make good informed decisions. Insurance is expensive. Home insurance is very expensive. And if you get this wrong, it can cost you a lot of money. It can put you and your family's economic future in jeopardy if you make decisions wrong about this. And hey, I'm going to help you. I'm going to break this down for you and help you to understand about your home insurance. So let's get into this and let's see if we can help you out here. The number one thing is under-insuring your house to save money, meaning you get a lower limit on your house because you're trying to save money. Why is that a bad thing? Because it's a couple of reasons it's a bad thing. One is if you have a claim on that house, a total loss on that house, you're not going to have enough money to fix the house. Look, here's something you need to understand. We do not insure homes for what it costs to buy them, what the market value is. The market value doesn't have anything to do with it. We insure homes for what it costs to rebuild them. Why? Because whenever something happens to it, whenever it's either completely demolished or also just has a partial claim, we're going to repair it, right? We're either going to repair it or replace it. That's going to be construction costs. Now, construction costs, if you've been watching anything, you know, inflation's been going up, but also construction costs have really been rising the last couple of years, and they have fluctuated a lot too. So we need to make sure that we're insuring that for the replacement or the reconstruction costs, because that's what's going to really matter. So if you underinsure that, you're not going to have enough money there to rebuild your house, much less repair it. You know, all insurance policies, every last insurance property policy out there has a thing called a co-insurance clause. What that means is the insurance company is taking this risk for this property, for however big it is, however many square feet's in it, and whatever construction quality is, and all these other things. They're taking this risk on, and they're taking on that whole risk. But if you don't insure it for the right amount, then they're taking on more risk than they ought to because of how much they're getting paid for it. So the clause says we're going to pay you based off of how much you did insure it versus how much you should have. If you should have insured it for $200,000 but you insured it for $100,000, that's 50%. They're only going to pay 50% on the claim. That could be a really bad day. So make sure you insure it for the right amount, because even if you save $50, $100, a couple $100 on the premium up front, if you have a claim where you're short $50,000, you're not really going to be saving money, are you? So that's number one. So number two is making assumptions about home insurance coverage. You know, sometimes we just make assumptions, and assumptions are always bad because we think we know what we're talking about and we don't. Hey, ask questions. You deserve to know. Ask questions. Don't assume about coverages. The next thing is failing to understand insurance terms. That's number three. Failing to understand insurance terms. Look, they're all over the internet. They're all out there. You can simply Google all the different insurance terms and understand. I've got videos in here where I describe insurance coverages to help you understand. Look, you have a right to understand. You deserve to know. You're the one paying the bill. You deserve to know what you're buying and deserve to feel comfortable enough with your knowledge so that you know you're making an informed decision, right? So, hey, don't be afraid to ask questions and don't assume. Number four is going to be not knowing your risk. So not knowing your risk, that's going to be, not understanding what you have in play. That, not understanding that the liability part of it is to protect your personal assets, to protect your earning capacity, to protect your savings that you've had, or understanding, well, I live in a wind-prone area and the insurance companies may not give me wind coverage, or knowing whether you live in a flood zone or not. Look, everybody lives in a flood zone, but there are flood zones that are worse than others. Look, several years ago, there was a lot of flooding down in South Louisiana and around the Baton Rouge area because of excessive rain. There was also a lot of flooding in a lot of Houston areas several years back, that some of those zones were not what we'd call flood zones. Now, they were flood zones, but they were not the high-risk flood zones. So sometimes we don't understand those terminologies. Every place is a flood zone. It's just some places it's less expensive to buy it. And some places you're mandated if you have a mortgage. But just because you're not mandated because of a mortgage doesn't mean you're not in a zone where you should buy flood insurance. So, so make sure you understand the risk that you have. Talk to your agent. If your agent won't help you to understand these things, fire the agent, get another agent. So number 5 is going to be assuming you have a single flat deductible. In the marketplace, especially in the states of Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, single flat deductibles are going away. They're kind of a thing of the past. And typically you don't just have a single dollar deductible. Some companies will have 2 different deductibles, but once upon a time, everybody had like $100, $250, $500, or $1,000 flat deductible that applied to everything on your home policy. Well, that's typically not the case. Sometimes you'll have that, and they'll call that an AOP, or all other perils deductible. Then you'll have a separate one for wind and hail that will be a percentage deductible, or it may also be another dollar deductible. So make sure that you know that. Some insurance companies just have a percentage deductible that applies to everything. So make sure that you're aware. Look at your policy. If you can't find it, talk to your agent. If your agent has not disclosed this to you, maybe you need to fire that agent and find another agent. Number 6 is going to be underestimating the value of your home and your possessions. Hey, look, it is easy to do. It is easy to accumulate property over time and then lose sight of how much all those things cost. Hey, if you live here in the South, a lot of us have guns. A lot of people have jewelry. A lot of people, acquire a lot of possessions. We have high-end lawnmowers and other things too, ATVs and just lots of different things, computers, laptops, iPhones, Android phones, all these different things that we acquire that cost a lot of money, but we don't realize it because we buy it over time, right? Or it's just become such an ingrained part of our life. Well, don't underestimate how much your stuff costs. Clothes are very expensive. Furniture is very expensive these days. All these things add up. Don't underestimate how much your value, all the different property you own is worth. Number 7 is going to be failing to understand exclusions. That's number 7, is failing to understand exclusions. There's exclusions in your policy. The reason for exclusions is one of 2 reasons. Typically I guess one of 3. One is it's just so big of an incident that they can't cover it. That's like war, right? Volcanic eruption, things like that. It's just so big that they can't insure it. Another is there's another program out there or another type of policy, such as auto insurance policy. You don't cover auto insurance claims underneath your homeowner. Flood insurance. Flood insurance is excluded underneath your homeowner policy because there's a flood insurance program out there for that. Other things are just things that are just natural things that are going to happen, like wear and tear. Like they don't cover maintenance on your, if your roof just is old and wore out, they're not going to cover that. If your refrigerator quits because it's just old, wore out, or it has a just mechanical breakdown, they don't cover stuff like that. That's maintenance, wear and tear, and things like that. There's exclusions in there. Again, if your agent won't talk to you about these things, hey, fire that agent, find another agent. Number 8 is going to be neglecting to bundle your policies. Look, there's a lot of reasons why you need to bundle your policies. One of them is you can potentially save money. Even if you can't save money on it, still, you may be able to get a single deductible that applies to both your home and your cars. Another reason is so that you can get an umbrella policy over those to make sure that you have adequate protection for your assets. Another reason is your agent is a risk manager for you. He cannot or she cannot do their job the best that they can without knowing the full scope of what you got going on. They need to understand and manage those policies for you, not so they can be greedy or just have all the dollars or whatever. It's not that at all. It's if they're a good agent. Remember the Google reviews thing I talked about. Look them up, look up their Google reviews, see how many good positive Google reviews they have. If they're a good agent, they want to take good care of you. They care about you. They can't do their job right if they don't control all those policies. That's the only way they can do the job right for you. So bundle those policies together with them. The 9th thing is choosing the wrong insurance company. That really ties back into the previous one, and I think really choosing the wrong insurance agency is probably more important, or a bigger deal, I should say, not more important, is a bigger deal than choosing the wrong insurance company. Because whenever you do a Google review on insurance companies, you're going to see a lot of bad reviews because people are not motivated to just go out and just, hey, I want to go review my insurance company today. People are only motivated when something bad happens, whenever they have something that's not covered or something like that. So they're going to be inherently just very negative. It's going to be very slanted negative because of that. Because that's the only time they're motivated to go and review them. Versus your insurance agency, people are more likely, that's the people they deal with, they establish a relationship. They're more likely to give a good, honest review about who that agency is. If you have an agent that has a lot of good, positive reviews, the choices are they really care about you and they're going to take care of you. They care about their reputation and they're not going to work with insurance companies that are going to do a poor job for you. And look, hey, sometimes stuff falls through the cracks or sometimes insurance companies drop the ball. I mean, it happens. But if you've got a good insurance agent, you know that they will step into the gap and be there for you to protect you and take care of you. So make sure that you don't choose the wrong agent or the wrong company. The last thing, number 10, is going to be failing to update your home insurance coverage. Look, life changes. You go through different stages of life and things are going to change. You may add on to your house. You may enclose a den. You may do some sort of upgrades, replace the roof, add a security system. You may have, children or aging parents that come to live with you or that maybe move out. You may do all kind of different things and, your insurance company and your insurance agent need to know those things because there may be additional discounts, there may be additional coverages that you need, there may be additional protection that you may need. There's all these different reasons that you need to make sure that you're having these conversations with your agent. Hey, you should be talking to your agent regularly anyway, once every, at least once a year. You should be talking with your agent anyway, just to let them know, hey, what's going on in life with you? That way they can make sure that your coverage is taking care of you. If your agent ain't got time for you, you need to fire that agent, find yourself another agent. Hey, we'd be glad to help you out. There's lots of other agents too that would be glad to help you out. Just remember, go Google, find you an agent, see how they stack up, and then call one of them. If they have really good reviews, they care about you, they care about their reputation, and they want to take care of you. Hey, I hope these 10 things have helped you out, helped you to understand how to make a more informed decision about your home insurance so you don't make a really big mistake that can cost you a lot of money. Hey, you deserve to understand, you deserve to know. You're the one paying the bills, so you have a right to know and a right to understand about your insurance. Hey, this is Bo Pilgrim, Bo Knows Insurance, Read Insurance. If you have not done so yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit that big thumbs up button so that we know that you like this video and that it helped you out. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you have a video you want me to record for you, hey, leave that in the comment section too. I appreciate you checking us out and hope you have a great day. Bye.